What if one of the safest things you've been told to do after 50 is quietly making you weaker instead of stronger? Most people over 50 believe they're doing the right thing. They walk regularly. They avoid heavy or risky exercises. They protect their joints and try not to overdo it. On the surface, that sounds responsible. But there's a side of this advice that rarely gets discussed. Research published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy shows that nearly 68% of chronic lower back pain cases in adults over 50 are linked not to aging or wear and tear, but to weak or inactive glute muscles. Not time, not degeneration. Muscles that slowly shut down when they aren't challenged. And this problem goes far beyond back pain. According to the American Council on Exercise, falls are the leading cause of injury-related hospitalizations in adults over 65. One of the strongest predictors of falling isn't poor eyesight or slow reflexes. It's weak hip and glute muscles. That means you can be careful every single day and still be training your body to fail you when balance and strength matter most. This isn't about blame. Walking is good. Stretching is good. Being cautious is good. But what if those habits are maintenance, not protection? What if the routines meant to keep you safe are also allowing your strongest muscles to quietly weaken year after year? A long-term study from the University of Colorado found that adults with stronger glute muscles maintained a resting metabolic rate about 12% higher than those with weaker glutes, even past age 50. That translates to better blood sugar control, more stable energy, and easier weight management without extreme workouts. Yet glute training is often avoided because it's misunderstood. Some think it's cosmetic. Others think it's dangerous or too late. But strength doesn't have an expiration date. If you care about staying independent, standing up without pain, walking confidently, and living without constantly calculating risk, this matters. Building strength after 50 isn't about pushing limits or proving anything. It's about giving your body what it still needs. For decades, people over 50 have been told that walking is the safest and best exercise. And it is safe. But walking alone isn't enough. A 2019 study from the University of Waterloo found that walking activates only about 32% of the gluteus maximus. Most of your strongest muscle is barely working. At the same time, the National Institutes of Health reports that adults lose 1 to 2% of muscle mass each year as they age. Without resistance, that loss adds up quietly. Weak glutes lead to poor hip support. Poor hip support shifts stress to the knees and lower back. Over time, that stress becomes chronic pain, instability, and increased fall risk. Often, by the time pain appears, the weakness has been present for years. The empowering shift is realizing that walking can be your foundation, not the whole plan. Adding a few targeted strength movements can restore muscle activation, balance, and confidence without heavy weights or high risk. Simple movements matter. Stepping onto a low platform challenges single leg strength, balance, and coordination in a way walking never does. This mirrors daily life, climbing stairs, stepping onto curbs, getting into vehicles. Studies show that adults over 60 who practice step-ups improve leg strength and stair stability in just weeks. Controlled leg extensions done while holding a chair retrain the body to use the glutes instead of the lower back. When the glutes wake up, posture improves, pressure on the spine decreases, and walking feels more stable. Research in geriatric physical therapy shows meaningful improvements in balance and gait confidence in as little as 4 weeks. Lying down movements can be just as powerful. Glute bridges strengthen the muscles that support the hips and spine while reducing strain on the lower back. Clinical trials show significant reductions in chronic back pain and noticeable improvements in mobility from consistent practice. The key is slow, controlled movement and proper muscle engagement. Even seated exercises play a role. Pressing the knees outward against light resistance activates the side glutes, muscles that stabilize the pelvis with every step you take. These muscles are critical for knee alignment, balance, and fall prevention. In fact, hip abduction strength is one of the strongest predictors of whether someone can recover from a stumble without falling. There's also a movement many people assume is too advanced, but when scaled properly, it may be one of the most effective strength builders for older adults. A supported split stance squat trains strength, balance, and coordination together. It reflects how the body moves in real life, one leg at a time, and helps correct imbalances that lead to pain and instability. This isn't about intensity or perfection. After 50, the body responds best to consistency, intention, and control. You don't need to do everything. Even 1 or 2 movements done regularly can change how your body feels and functions. Glute strength isn't about appearance. It's about independence. It's about trusting your body again. Every repetition is a message to your future self that you chose strength over fear. Your next chapter doesn't begin with being more careful. It begins when you decide to move with purpose and believe in what your body can still become.